NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's looking up new customers. Play just $5. Get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no voice, no guys. Me, really, Terrell, Furman Jr. here at your service. Oh, Sunday was a great day for Narrative Street over here on the NBA Gambling Podcast because on one end, you have the the Houston Rockets, who cannot win a close game. Like, very, very bad. Of their 9 losses, 8 have come in clutch time, 1 and 4 in overtime. We've talked about that on the show. For some reason, the Rockets got KD thinking that would be their woes to closing games in the final seconds, and it hasn't done anything for them. You know who also didn't close the game in the final seconds? Trae Young. Oh, man, the Atlanta Hawks, man. Trae Young is back in the Hawks. Not look the best. In fact, they've lost 3 straight since Trae has come back. So.
For the record, Trae only played in 2 of those games.
Doesn't matter.
Just saying. Technically, they're 0-2.
The aura in the building has gone and given them 0-3 with Trae Young being back. Very, very tough sledding. 300 points. First of all, 300 points is insane.
Yep.
Scott, do your right show. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
I mean, yeah, since you brought it up, Trae, by the way, was really good offensively yesterday. He had 35 points. But I want to point out that he's come back for 2 games this season, or at least since the injury over the last week. They gave up 133 to Charlotte and 152 to Chicago. So I've said this many times, when Trae Young plays, this defense falls off a cliff, and it has. So there you go. But either way, a couple of good games yesterday. Toronto, speaking of teams falling off a cliff, Toronto got their ass kicked by the Nets. Not a good showing there. Brunson had an MSG career high 47, so nice job by him there.
And shout out, Narrative Street. The third leg of Narrative Street that happened on Sunday, Scott.
Yeah.
Ware started for the Heat, and he had 28 and 19.
They finally have been using Ware again, the starting lineup, and he's been really, really good because he's a very good player. He's
been the best 3-point shooter in the league.
He's been great in general, so I'm happy they finally started using him and Bam again. Didn't help him against the Knicks, but the Knicks, we know, are an elite home team. The game was close, so Miami gave it a run. Besides that, Minnesota almost lost to Milwaukee. They came back and won. And as you said, Houston lost in overtime to Sacramento. Losses in overtime in the same week to New Orleans and Sacramento. Ouch. This team, I have separate points I'll make about the Rockets the next time they play. I see the comment section mentioning they really need a point guard. They need any guard of any kind that can facilitate. So, yeah, it's ugly. Their late game offense is ugly. Nice 3-pointer by Schroeder for the win, but either way, the Rockets have some issues, which we knew going in, and people tried to ignore it, but I think we all know at this point they're not going to win anything unless they address the elephant in the room. They need some type of point guard. Minimum. So, there you go.
Scott, you have been dubbed as the one with kids in the background. It wasn't like there was no shot that it could have possibly been me. It was only you.
Yeah, I don't have any kids. So that is not me.
Well, I don't have any kids either. This is true. However, those are my god kids in the background, and it is Christmas break. So Good luck to all of those who actually have kids and are dealing with their kids for the next 2 weeks.
I'm going to take it as a compliment. You think I have kids, so I appreciate the compliment, but no, those are not mine. So I'll take it. Thank
you. All right, man. We are here. Make sure you go get access to all of our free picks and podcasts over there, all over across the network. You can get the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, all of that, all those picks, college football, college basketball, all over there on the SGPN app. Make sure you download it for free in your app store. Just type in SGPN. All right, let's talk about the slate that we have today. It's not a large slate. Not large. Not small, but not large.
Not many great games either, but we'll see how competitive the games are tonight.
Yeah.
First glance, not exactly many blockbuster games. So.
All right. First one on the docket, we've got the Charlotte Hornets on the road going to play the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs have somehow went from opening at laying 7.5 to laying 9.5.
This team stinks. I know. While you were sneezing, this team stinks. That's all I have to say. They're really, really bad.
Oh, man. Yeah, very, very. Have not been good recently, the Cleveland Cavaliers, at all. Charlotte Hornets catching 9.5 on the road here. 238.5 is the total. That total jumped up 8 points, Scott. Injury report for these two teams, and we have for the Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo Ball is probable, Ryan Kalkbrenner is questionable, Colin Sexton is doubtful, Grant Williams is still out, and we have for the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell is probable, Sam Merrill is probable, Craig Porter Jr. probable, Evan Mobley is out, Nance Jr. and Max Strus are both still out. All right. So to put it into comparison of everything the Cavs have done recently, for those, it's a lot of people, Scott, that really aren't keeping track of the NBA at all. And, Christmas is about to come around and we're about to get literally our views on this show are probably going to double after Christmas because that's the amount of people that care about the NBA and start paying attention after Christmas and as we get closer to All-Star and all of that. To talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers, for those who do not know, they are 8-21 this season against the spread. They are 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 games.
Do you want to hear a good joke?
4-13 at home against the spread. Not only that, it's even gotten worse recently, Scott. In the last 10 games, they have lost 7. I mean, I don't know what joke could be funnier than the Cleveland Cavaliers right now, but I would love to hear it.
Well, it does involve the Cavaliers, but it's not spread related. The preseason Eastern Conference favorite, Cleveland Cavaliers, are currently a play-in team. They are the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I'm surprised they're that high. They've been horrible they've been horrible.
People have theories that basically the entire bottom end of the Eastern Conference is tanking. So I'm not that surprised they're currently in the 7th. But either way, they are not good. Now, last game they played, Mitchell didn't play. They ended up losing both games to Chicago, which was not good. The defense was terrible. That's really the issue. They can't guard anybody. They just can't guard anybody. It's as simple as that. The transition defense stinks. I know Cavs fans have been roasting Garland. It was actually pretty good last game. He had 35. But either way, point is defensively they've been really bad. Lonzo can't shoot. Like his shooting numbers are abysmal. I know Cleveland fans can't stand the Hunter because Hunter defensively has been an absolute zero for him so far this season. Mobley's injured. Allen has not been very good this year. They have a lot of problems. But Cleveland right now, as the preseason Eastern Conference favorite, is one game over 500 straight up, and they're currently a play-in team. So, there you go. I mean, Charlotte has not been good either recently, and I saw LaMelo actively quit a basketball game last time out.
Yep.
Right? He made 3 shots and fouled out. That's how that went for LaMelo. I believe he had 8 points in the entire game. So he quit. We'll see how he does in this one. A reminder that we have seen the Hornets bench LaMelo before in crunch time and it has paid off. So we'll see what happens maybe in this meeting. But Charlotte, as much as I don't really like this team, there's a 0% chance I'm laying 9.5 with Cleveland. Like, this is an absurd number. I can't do it. On principle, I got to go with Charlotte. At least this team can give you some type of effort occasionally. Cleveland's just going through it. Like, this is not working out. Atkinson has no pulse on his actual team. I can't lay 9.5. They could lose this game outright. I prefer Charlotte money line over Cleveland minus 9.5. Give me Charlotte.
Yeah, it's just been like really, really bad. They're not playing any defense. Over the last 10 games where they've lost 7 of those 10 games, giving up 121 points per game. You can't do that. It's not like they're playing the worst basketball, but it's just like it's not conducive with winning or like even close to winning.
And they can't stop anybody.
Yeah, and so if you're not having an all-world performance offensively, which this Cavs team does not do every single night, I mean, it's really, what are you supposed to do here? Like, it's been very, very, very bad hoops. The Cavs team total has been 4-6 over that span as well. They've been struggling to score and get over that total. Horrible work. Horrible work. Good luck to anybody that wants to lay it with the Cavs tonight. I will not. With Scott, we're taking the dog. Plus 9.5 with the Charlotte Hornets. That's all I need to know. I was not taking the Cavs right now. I got to wait till I see them play better. All right. What's next?
Over. I'll give me the over in this game.
Oh, yeah. 238.5. Yeah, the Cavs can't stop anybody.
I don't trust Charlotte to guard anybody either. So if you were going to back the Cavs in some capacity, it's going to be some type of team total thing. You'll ignore the defense. Hopefully they score. But they can't guard anybody. So give me the over in this game.
All right. Indiana Pacers on the road, going to play the Boston Celtics. Celtics opened up laying 8.5. They're now laying 11.5. 224.5 is the total injury report. And we have TJ McConnell is questionable for the Indiana Pacers. Johnny Furpey is also questionable. Ben Shepherd is out. Aaron Nesmith is out. Obi Toppin is out. For the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown questionable. Jordan Wash is also questionable. So 11.5 and Jaylen Brown's questionable. I mean, I'm assuming he's playing.
I mean, for the record, they did miss Jaylen Brown against Toronto over the weekend on a back-to-back, and they still killed Toronto. So we've seen them recently take care of business even without Brown playing.
But Toronto also just lost to the Nets like that game. So but
the Pacers also have one win on the road this entire season. So I feel like you make an argument that we are comparing two teams in the Eastern Conference that have been going through it. I'm not saying that Toronto's been good. Toronto has not been good lately. The Pacers, though, we know on the road stink, and they got buried by the Pelicans in their last game. So I like the Celtics at like 8.5, 9.5 last night. Now, of course, it did go up. I understand why it went up. You can argue that the line move also suggests that Jaylen Brown might play in this game. If you want to read in between the lines, maybe wait for shoot around, see if Jaylen Brown plays. But I'll go Boston. I think Boston, we've determined this season, has been better than expected. They are a playoff team, which was something we were skeptical of preseason. Indiana stinks. I mean, this team's awful. The whole team's injured. They got some guys back, but they still can't guard anybody. They're currently half a game better than the Wizards. They're 6-22. You're looking at the recent games. They've lost 4 in a row. Lost to Philly, lost to Washington by 19 at home, to the Wizards. A loss to the Knicks post-Vegas hangover in a game they probably should have won. And
they should have. I had him as my dog that day.
Yeah, and then played New Orleans, and they lost by, I believe that was 19 as well. So they've been getting buried by bad teams lately. They're 1-12 on the road. Give me Boston and TD. I think it's a good spot. I'll take Boston.
Yeah, I just don't trust them to take this team serious. And so with that, I'll take the Pacers plus the points. It's just too many points. I've seen the same Boston team that, you say looks good right now, and they went in there and completely underestimated a Milwaukee Bucks team, and they got smacked. And it's going to be the same thing. If they hit their shots, okay, they'll be good. But, if they're not taking things serious and not hitting shots, then it's going to be a little bit closer than people anticipate. I think that they are very more locked into the teams that are actually trying in the Eastern Conference, and they are kind of playing around with those who are just saying, hey, we're tanking, and probably not trying to give them a better draft position, if we're being honest. So Yeah, give me the Indiana Pacers here plus the points. I'm not believing in Boston laying this amount of points here. Pacers keep it close in an ugly, disgusting game. And with that, I will be taking the under 224.5 because that's what's going to take for the Pacers to keep this game close. Boston's missing shots. Pacers do enough and just hang around.
I mean, I think it's correlated. So we're going to disagree on the total too, because if I'm picking Boston, it means I'm picking them to hit a bunch of threes, and they probably score 120. So I think it's pretty correlated here. I'll go with the over.
All right. Let's see here. Before we get to the next game on the slate, got to talk to you about Kalshi. Real money prediction market, legal in all 50 states. Make sure you go head over there to Kalshi where you can trade a whole bunch of sports and actually other things other than sports. You can trade the NFL, college football, college basketball, NBA, NHL. Shoot, you can even trade the weather, entertainment, politics.
Do you like politics? I don't, but you could gamble on it. So there we go. Maybe you'll care more.
Maybe, yeah, you might care more, honestly. Who I wonder what Kalshi would have had for Nicki Minaj. Like that would have been a very, very interesting trade market on Nicki Minaj politics interactions here. You got
over under half a political Twitter post by Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Like,
you might have made something. Who knows?
Well, yeah, you might have. Like you got to go over there and check. You got to go check Kalshi right now. Hey, new Kalshi customers get $20 when they use promo code SGPN. That is Kalshi, KALSHI, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, where pick'em entries you can win up to 5,000 times your entry. Underdog has you covered this season with Underdog Unwrapped. You'll unwrap tons of promos all through the holidays, so make sure you go over there and check out Underdog and see what promos they got for you. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5. Get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code SGPN. That is, play $5, get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code SGPN. NBA SGPN. Use that code NBA SGPN. Oh, Dallas won too many games. This was very, very close. Very, very close. But Dallas has won too many games. Dallas Mavericks are on the road, going to play the New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans are laying 1.5. 240.5 is the total injury report. And we have for the Dallas Mavericks, it looks like Cooper Flagg is questionable. Klay Thompson is questionable. Max Christie is questionable. Derek Lively is out. Kyrie Irving out. Yeah. And for the Pelicans, we got Herb Jones questionable.
Well, all right. New Orleans has started to figure some stuff out. It's amazing what happens when your expensive players actually play games.
I told you that they were when they were covering the spread. I was like, okay, there's something here. Yeah. They fired Willie. They started making these games close and competing. Now they're winning the games.
They gave Derek Queen actual starter minutes.
Yeah, 18, 10-1 against the spread this season, 9-1 against their spread in their last 10 games.
And for the record with the injury report, you said, Herb Jones is questionable, but the people that did come back, Jordan Poole came back. They're paying him money. He was what they got back in the CJ trade. And Zion's alive. So they actually have some guys, again, who could score the ball.
So New Orleans is 5-12 straight up at home, but they are 11-5-1 against the spread.
Mm-hmm.
Could be 12-5, depending on what you got the number at. I mean, one, the injury report is a solid question on what the Dallas Mavericks are going to have going on.
And Flagg's been very, very good for the last month or two. He's been very solid. So that's a big deal if he doesn't play.
Yep. New Orleans has beaten this team in Dallas before. Dallas got revenge right after that. So it looks like it could be another little spot for them. But honestly, the thing you're betting on, and this is what I feel like you're betting on, is do you trust New Orleans to win 5 games in a row? Because you're feeling yourself after the 4th game.
Yeah.
You beat Portland, you go on the road, beat Chicago, come back home, and you handle business against the Rockets in overtime.
Down 25, by the way, in that game.
And then you smack the Pacers, a team that you should have. So, like, I love everything I see on tape with the Pelicans, and I'm not going to fade them at this point. So just go ahead and put me down for Pelicans -1.5.
Well, I'm with you. You didn't play the drop, so we can take the favorite in this game by rule. So
it's not a toilet bowl game. 11-18 doesn't make you a toilet bowl team.
I like how New Orleans has played lately. The fact is, we know Zion gets hurt all the time, but when healthy, he still gets buckets. And I know that AD could still have a great game in the paint defensively, but Flag has been really good, and he might not play. Dallas, I've still not been a fan of in general. They might sneak into a play-in spot, maybe, but they're 3-8 on the road straight up. It's basically a pick'em game. So I'll go with New Orleans. I like Borrego. I think he's a pretty good basketball coach. I think it's insane he didn't get another job after Charlotte. He had to wait a couple of years. But I think we can agree that he's done a good job with this team. And now with Zion and Jordan Poole back, even if you don't like Jordan Poole, at least they have offensive reinforcements.
They are the number one offense in the last 5 games.
No, they have guys. Like
number one.
They have bench players now who could score. They have an actual rotation that is not totally laughable. That's good enough for me.
In a 5-game span, they have scored 130 points per game.
Yeah, because
that's insane. Regardless of who you're playing, that's insane.
He gets out of the way for Zion. Poole, we know, can shoot a lot from the outside, get to the free throw line as well. They have something here. Like now, they actually look pretty decent. I'll go with New Orleans.
Credit to the Mavericks. They are 7-3 ATS in the last 10 games. They have been 6-4 straight up as well. They've been very good. They have. But I'm sorry. I'm still rolling with the Pelicans, man. I'm not getting off the Pelican wave, and so they let me down. And I'm sorry. They're 9-1 in the last 10 games. And as long as I've been betting them, they've been getting it done. So Pelicans -1.5. Let's get it done.
They're a team that I would say is right now significantly better than their actual record because they're 7-22. They are much better right now based on current form.
They've gotten half of their wins in the last 4 games.
No, they've been really, really good.
More than half of their wins in the last 4 games.
And it's not fluky. Watching the offense play with
they've been covering they look before good. That.
Yeah, they look good.
What was the 18-10?
Yeah.
18-10-1 against the spread. They've been covering games.
There are some bad teams in there, so you could argue, maybe fluky, but when you come back from 25 down against Houston, I know we mentioned Houston's got problems anyway. That is a classic bad team rollover game where you just die and lose by 30. And they came all the way back. So at that point, I kind of, did a double take. And I could see what was kind of happening with New Orleans. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say won me over after that Houston game, but I recognize what's happening. They're actually not that bad. That's what happened. So give me New Orleans.
All right. Both on New Orleans here. 240.5 is total over.
I'd rather take Pelicans team total over.
Would you believe that's nowhere near the highest total of the day? Like,
I'm not sure how much Dallas is going to score if Flag doesn't play, so just give me Pelicans team total over instead.
The fact that 240.5 is not even close to the highest total of the day. Hilarious.
Yep.
Hilarious. Let's talk about that game, actually, as we segue over to the Utah Jazz on the road. This is such a hard spot to bet because it's a merge of 2 things that I don't want to bet.
Is Utah on the road and is Denver laying a bunch of points, which is never fun.
At home. So, Denver laying a bunch of points at home. Oh, my gosh. Utah Jazz on the road going to play the Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets are laying 13.5 in this game. 250.5 is the total. Jesus. I mean, that's like, what? 250?
To be fair, I know it's different teams involved. The Bulls and Hawks game yesterday had a 248.5. And that game broke 300. So, high totals might seem scary, but they might not actually be that scary. Just throwing it out there. But
Lauri Markkanen is questionable. Kevin Love is out. Georges Niang out. Peyton Watson is questionable. Aaron Gordon is out. Christian Braun out still. All right. So to go ahead and update everybody on the comparison in these 2 teams, the Utah Jazz on the road this season are, let me see, they are 4-7 against the spread, 3-8 straight up. Not good, especially with the fact that they're 16-11 against the spread on the season, but yet 4-7 on the road. Denver, however, has some problems in their own right, because Denver this season, as a favorite of 10 plus or more points, 3-6 on the season ATS.
And the straight up record's not great either.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yep.
So it's like I back either side, I'm gonna be pissed if that side doesn't win, because Denver on paper should really destroy Utah. By the way, Utah is a dog of 10 plus or more points this season, 3-7. So like, this is a horrible spot. It's been a horrible spot. It seems like there's a sweet spot in how you bet the Jazz. One, just take them at home.
Yeah, I was gonna say location is basically.
But also, dog of 7 or more. I mean, dog of, what is this, 2.5 to 10? They are 8-2 this season. But once you get to that 10 plus range and you say they don't got a shot, they don't got a shot. 3-7. I mean, I guess I'll take Denver because I know Denver is the better team. I know Denver should be able to get this done, especially with Utah on the road and how unserious they look on the road at times. Like, when you look at them, they literally look like the what's that team played that plays the Harlem Globetrotters? Is it the Washington Generals?
Yeah, the Generals.
Yep, they look like the Generals out there. They do. On the road, they look like the Generals. So I don't really know what to tell you. Like, good luck, but I would lay it with Denver 13.5 and just take the team that actually looks serious playing basketball at times.
Yeah, I agree. At the end of the day, Utah has been competitive lately, even without Lauri, so props to them. Shame they couldn't win the game against Orlando. Keontae had that crazy 4-point play, and then Desmond Bane happened, and Bane hit the game winner. Shout out to Desmond Bane. But on a separate note, I actually think the Kevin Love injury matters. Love dropped 16 and 16 last game, so he's probably going to be on the shelf for the next week. I'm not sure he can move at this point because he played a bunch of minutes and he had a monster game. Lauri might not play. He's questionable. But I don't think this team defensively is any good. So I think Denver, with the pick and roll game, with Murray and with of course, Joker, should get whatever the hell they want offensively in this game. But with Utah, Lauri might not play. I think Kevin Love being out's actually kind of a big deal because he was really good for them last game. And now he's not available, but I don't. If Lauri's not guaranteed to play, what do you have? You have Keontae, who's going to have to score a bunch of points, and that's basically it. And have fun watching Nurkic.
But what I will say, although it was at home, they have been competitive when they just say Keontae, it's your show.
Yeah, they have.
And I have to say this about Jazz. I like a lot of pieces that they have going on. I think that some of the pieces they have on the bench would be very, very good on a legit team. Like Isaiah Collier.
I think Collier's a good backup point.
Collier, the fact that they're not starting Collier is actually kind of criminal. And I know
the counterpoint is you want the ball in Keontae's hands the entire time.
Yeah,
so he's
and so it's like hard. But like Isaiah Collier, I know that we've talked about the best backup point guards.
Oh no, Collier can play.
I think he has a claim to being one of the best backup point guards in the league right now. Really, really good.
I mean, you throw him out there, you throw Sensabaugh, who can get you some buckets. I mean, Cody Williams is objectively not good at basketball. I'm just being honest here. That draft pick has not worked at all. Hendricks hasn't really worked out either at this point. But yeah, I mean, they got some guys. Ace Bailey, I think the jury's still out on him. I think he's had a pretty up and down rookie season. Mikhailo can shoot. I think Nurkic defensively is terrible. And Filipowski has really not been that good this season, which has been kind of upsetting for them. So I get what you're saying, but overall, they still have some bench guys that I don't trust at all that are still playing minutes. Yep. I think Denver can name the final total that they score in this game, and Utah can't guard anybody. So I'll go with Denver. I think they win by 20. They're off a loss, too, because they got buried by Houston. So you could argue that they might just be pissed off. It wouldn't shock me if Denver showed up and just buried them at home.
Yeah. All right.
You think I'm being too harsh on Cody Williams? Because that draft pick has not worked at all.
No, he's definitely
like,
not.
that has been
He's
really
not one
bad.
of the players that I think about when I talk
No.
about the Utah Jazz. Utah Mammoths. That's the hockey team. They changed their name to the Mammoths.
That is the former Arizona Coyotes.
Oh yeah, it was the Arizona Coyotes. That's embarrassing. But I mean, come on, you're a hockey team in Arizona. Like, what do we expect?
Yeah.
All right. Seriously, like you go and you practice hockey.
The Golden Knights,
practice hockey and you have all this gear on, and then you have to take everything off and go and walk outside, and it's 112 degrees.
To be fair, the Golden Knights literally play in a desert, and they've won a Stanley Cup, so at least they've won something. But Vegas has a bit more.
That's also another, like, dang, like I can't imagine. Do you think they get sick? Like, it's got to be cold in the training facility, whatever, and then to go outside, it's 100 degrees. I mean,
people used to argue that Vegas had a massive home ice advantage because all the other teams showing up would just be playing craps and they would just not be ready for hockey. So they might have had an advantage at a different aspect, but it's a bit different because the Golden Knights were the first Vegas sports team, so everyone just flocked to their games.
Yep.
And in Arizona or Phoenix, you have other teams around. So that just didn't take. But we have seen desert hockey teams actually look good, and Vegas did win a Stanley Cup. So there you go. I wanted to mention that as a segue.
Shout out to the championship culture in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Aces. All right.
Shout out to the Las Vegas A's. They got a baseball team coming to town at some point.
Oh yeah, that is supposed to be like. When are they doing that? Like, wasn't that supposed to be like 5 years ago?
They're playing in Sacramento now, but they have to actually build the stadium. So
they still haven't built it?
I think they're working on it, but I want to say that there is like a temporary stadium in place.
So they're not playing in Las Vegas next season.
Well, the point is Vegas has a minor league baseball team, so I don't remember exactly if they're playing in that stadium or not.
So
I forgot what they are.
I have to look into this
because the Aviators, I think. The Las Vegas Aviators are like a AAA team, I think.
I think this is ridiculous. If they're like, why did you move them from Oakland so early? If everything's not ready in Vegas, you could have let them stay in Oakland another season.
Well, the argument was it's basically. You ever see the movie Major League about the Cleveland Indians?
No.
Okay, so it's one of the best baseball movies ever made. The whole argument is the owner basically tries to sabotage their own team to make attendance so bad that they relocate the team to a nicer city than Cleveland.
Like the Connecticut Sun?
That's basically the argument. Well, they were rumored to go to Boston, so I don't know if they can.
Oh, well, now it's Houston, if you didn't check.
Yeah, okay.
The
point is, either way, the same arguments about the A's, where they were not spending any money. They wanted to move it out of a really crappy stadium in Oakland because they wanted to move to Vegas. So there might have been some manipulation about that. So basically the real life plot of Major League.
I think that's insane to move a team out of a city and not have everything prepared for the next city.
Yeah.
Like, just let them sit there for another year or two. This is ridiculous if they're not playing in.
But they intentionally tanked their franchise just so they could move. That's basically what happened with the A's. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to start being good now. Should I start betting the A's when they get to Las Vegas?
Well, they started spending some money on some players. So yes, that was the immediate, sign. They're the cheapest franchise in the league, but besides maybe the Marlins, and decided, you know what, we're going to start spending money right when we agree to go to Vegas. It's like, okay, great. We can see what's happening.
Before we get to the next game of the slate, got to talk to you about Novik, America's #1 sports prediction market. You know you're getting the best prices on the market with a Novik. Go over there, get the app, get $50 when you spend just $5 when you use that promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novik. Use that promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. They have crushed the NFL this season and been really, really good on the NFL props, especially those unders. Like, they're really good with the sharp unders. Make sure you go check them out in Rhythm. College basketball is running. You got college football still going. They got NBA. They got NFL. You got everything you need to go lock in with Rhythm. So make sure you go do it. Super easy to sign up. Make sure you head over there. Use that promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use that promo code SGPN25. Next game up. Still shotgun starting here. Not bad. Not a bad little schedule. 9:30 p.m. on the East Coast, we got the Memphis Grizzlies on the road going to play the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Awful loss for the Thunder, for the record.
Third loss of
Thunder?
the season.
Panic mode? 2 losses in a week?
Yeah. 15.5 is what OKC is laying in this game against Memphis. 230.5 is the total injury report for these two teams. And I have here for the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant is out. Vince Williams Jr. is out. Brandon Clark is out. Zach Edey is out. John Conchar is out. Javon Small is out. Ty Jerome hasn't played a game this season. Scottie Pippen Jr., I forgot, was even on the team. And then for OKC, we've got Chet Holmgren is questionable. Alex Caruso questionable. Aaron Wiggins is questionable. Isaiah Hartenstein is out. Jalen Williams is out. Yeah. That's J Will, not J Dub.
Yeah.
J Will is out. J Dub is playing. So, with that being said, a lot of really, really big injury report here. It feels like it's a little bit more detrimental to the Grizzlies than it is OKC. I mean, the Grizzlies are without, this is two starters, two players that play significant bench minutes, and then two players that play in case the starter or those people that get bench minutes are hurt, and they play significant minutes in those games. Well, those two players are out in Conchar and Small. So, I mean, it's going to be the Jaren Jackson Jr. Cowhurst show today.
A little bit of Cam Spencer in there.
And they're going to have to try to figure it out against defending champions off a loss. They still got SGA. They still got J-Dub. If Chet plays, it makes things a lot easier. I think that this could be slightly concerning if Chet does not go as well, because now you're down Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet, and you're probably going to be playing J-Dub at the 5. Now,
I was actually going to ask about that, because even like Dieng is out.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be a good amount of J-Dub at the 5 in this game, but it's going to be a lot more if Chet doesn't play. Like, he may be playing the 5 the entire game if Chet doesn't play.
Yeah, the counter argument is we know Jaren Jackson doesn't really rebound, so maybe they can survive this game without any centers, but it is an interesting spot where OKC actually has like 0 centers that might be available for this game, which can make it pretty interesting. So who knows? But I think I'm taking OKC in this game. I don't mind the overcall by Justin, because the rim protection for OKC should actually be underwhelming for this game, because they don't really have any size for this matchup. So I don't mind the over in this game, but I'll go OKC. At the end of the day, even though they did lose their last game, we have seen them consistently bury teams while missing basically half the roster. Mm-hmm. So I've seen this before. I'll go OKC at home off a loss, but I don't think it's a slam dunk of a play as people think, because they actually have 0 centers. Especially, well, if Chet plays, they have 1 center.
Yeah,
if not, they got nobody.
It really depends on like the status of Chet for me. Like, honestly, if Chet doesn't play, I think it is like a lot more liable that OKC does figure this out, but it might be a little bit closer. I think I would be a lot more interested in Memphis if they were at home in this spot, and we were talking about this is that same situation, but yeah, the injuries are just a lot here, and I just know this OKC team and how they play basketball. Like, a lot of times it doesn't matter who's out there. Like, you got SGA, it's kind of all you need. Like, everybody else just kind of falls in line and makes it work, but probably going to be a good amount of points here. So I agree with you with the over. I'm going to stick with OKC, lay the big number. You said you're going to lay it as well.
Yes. By the way, I'm looking at the updated depth chart. This is according to ESPN, so I'm not sure how accurate it is. Mm-hmm. You're looking at either Kenrich Williams playing small ball 5 or the actual 7-footer they have on the bench, Brandon Carlson, who I actually liked at Utah, but he's 7 feet tall. So Carlson played 16 minutes against the Clippers last game. He would probably be the de facto center if Chet's not playing.
I think me personally, I think he plays the same 16 minutes, and they feel really comfortable with J-Dub at the 5. Like, that's why I don't think they're concerned. You might be right. They feel so comfortable with J-Dub.
I'm just saying they technically do have a 7-footer on the bench that is available if Chet does not play. So Carlson might be,
I think if Edey was in, they might, like, all right, we'll throw our 7-footer out there just because, but like, I think that they'll be fine. So, all right, we're both on OKC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's got the chalk?
Yep. It's 15 and a half. Like,
I remember Carlson, though, at Utah. I thought it was pretty good.
All right. I do too. Orlando. We're at 10 p.m. 2 games at 10 p.m. on the East Coast here today. Orlando Magic on the road. Going to play the Golden State Warriors. The Orlando Magic are... What game is this on this West Coast trip that they're on? Game 3. Lost to Denver. 6.5-point dogs. Didn't cover.
Shout out to Paolo. Had a triple-double in that game. Didn't matter at all, but shout out to him.
Yep. Shout out to us for also being on Denver. Shout out to the Magic for beating Utah. And shout out to Utah for covering at home still.
Yep.
And here we are. Now they got to play this Warriors team that I'll say it. I don't think they still look good. I think the last game they played, they won on a technicality because it was a back-to-back game set. We accurately predicted the dog winning and the Suns in the first game. And then they came back and won the second game. Didn't cover, but they won.
Can I argue 2 technicalities because Draymond literally got ejected?
In like 8 minutes.
That's a pun. That's a pun right there. But yeah, look, they got revenge. A nice deja vu win for
Jimmy. Probably should have got a tech too.
Why? Because he chucked the ball right at Dylan Brooks'
like
chest.
He did. He literally threw the ball at him.
Even if you don't like Dylan Brooks, he's right. You can't chuck the ball right off.
Like he literally threw the ball. Like I was like, wow, that's actually a tech. And if I was Dylan Brooks, I'd probably be upset.
That means obviously the refs hate Dylan Brooks too.
Yeah, they do. They really hate him.
The point is, Golden State won a game without Draymond basically the entire game, and they managed to steal it, winning by 3. Having said that, they have still not looked good. And the game they did win, they barely won. Yep. Orlando has not been bad. I know that with Franz being out, you could argue that they've been going through it. Defensively, not been very good. Utah game did go to overtime, but they gave up 127, 126 to Denver, 132 to the Knicks. That was an in-season, that was an NBA Cup game, of course. They have not been good. So I can understand why the Warriors are favored in this game. But 5.5 feels pretty egregious when Golden State's a team that we don't like at all. By the way, shout out to Steve Kerr, who finally played Richard some minutes. And he, I believe, made every single 3-pointer that he took in the game. You remembered you had an actual decent player.
Didn't he have like
yeah, because he's a good player. And then Kerr just left him on the bench for about 2 straight months, which is insane. But I'll take Orlando plus 5.5. I might not be easy. This game should be close, but Golden State at this point has not done enough to earn trust from me to lay 2 possessions. So I'll go with Orlando. Maybe Golden State 1-10 if you think they win this game. I'm not sure Golden State's guaranteed to win this game. I still don't really like this team at all. So give me Orlando plus 5.5.
Yeah, I don't really know if Steve Kerr knows what he's doing with the team right now. And that's where it makes it hard. Like, we predict this stuff all the time, man. And, you know, we try to be humble. We try to be humble about it. But, like, dog, there are points in time in the season where Steve Kerr has no idea what he's doing. And then at some point, the roster gets together. They figure out a rotation that works. And then they start winning games again.
Yeah.
And then it's 50-50 what they do in the playoffs at that point. But like every time it's a point in time in the season where Steve Kerr has literally no idea what he's doing. And 9 times out of 10, it probably has some form of not playing Jonathan Kuminga. So
that's why I'm not going to overreact too much to the win against the Suns, because yes, Draymond got ejected, and yes, you could argue they won a game without one of their better players. But it also forced Kerr to try some new lineups and rotations that he probably wouldn't have used. So now that Draymond's back in the lineup, do I actually trust Kerr to go back to using? No, of course not.
Yeah.
I think his hand was forced because one of his best players or one of his main rotation guys got ejected. So I'm gonna chalk that up as a one-off.
I can admit my fade of the Warriors is completely a fade of Steve Kerr.
That's fine. Like we've roasted Kerr for years on this show. And there's no reason to think that we're wrong. Like, Kerr's done a really bad job with roster management and rotations for a long time. And Warriors fans can't stand. It's not just us. Warriors fans can't stand him either at this point. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I know Orlando, though, had some weird overtime rotations, which I wasn't really thrilled by. They won the game anyway. But I am going to point out it was a lot of crunch time Penda. Went 13 and 12, by the way. But a lot of Noah Penda, which I was not really expecting. Jace Richardson played 23 minutes. Jett Howard played 15 minutes. So a bit of a weird, like bench situation there for Orlando too. But I think I'll just go Orlando. 5.5's a lot for a Warriors team that has not had an easy win in basically 2 weeks. You're on Orlando too, I'm guessing?
Yeah. You can't take Steve Kerr right now, man. This is bad Steve Kerr. Like, it's very easy how to bet the Warriors. You bet him when Steve Kerr knows how to coach, and you bet him when Steve Kerr doesn't know how to coach. Regardless of what Steph Curry does, regardless of what Jimmy Butler does, Steve Kerr can take this team. Like, yeah, it's just not a good time to take the Warriors, and you just got to wait. I bet you literally next month we'll be talking about how the Warriors are on like a 5-game win streak and they look great.
Are the Warriors back? Question mark.
Yeah, literally, it's going to be the same conversation. So yeah, no, can't take the Warriors right now. Even though Orlando is also 3-7 in the last 10 games, same thing as the Warriors. I will be taking the dog. Give me the points plus 5.5. 228 is total here.
I mean, Orlando's defense has been quite bad lately, but I don't know if I actually trust Golden State at all. Golden State's defense hasn't been great either. 136.
It's the no Suggs thing that really like kind of throws Orlando off.
Their guard defense. No offense to Anthony Black, he's trying his best out there, but he's getting his ass kicked in a lot of these matchups. Like, he's getting torched. He's trying his best, but it's not working out. I think I'm on the over.
I'll take my shot and still say under, but I understand the sentiments of being scared about this.
Anthony Black's a good athlete, but he's not supposed to be the number one defensive stopper for a backcourt. It is not working out right now. I'll go over.
Yeah. All right. Last game up. My Pistons.
Shout out to Cade, by the way. I had his triple-double, 11-1. Shout out to Cade.
Dude, the Pistons futures are just sitting in the bucket. Like, I'm just looking at them like, man, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. Everybody stay healthy. Let's keep going. Come on, fellas. 22-6. Still pretty good. Like, that's still a really good, pretty good record. Like, come on. Get it done. All right. Pistons on the road, going to play the Portland Trailblazers. Trailblazers are catching 5.5 at home here. 5.5, and they've won 3 straight. That's how good this Pistons team are. Total is, what's the total? 234.5 now. Injury report, and we have Duren is probable. Good work. Ron Holland, questionable. Okay, I can live with that. Grant for the Trailblazers is questionable, and then Scoot Henderson's not playing. T. Stipool's not playing. Drew Holiday, Blake Wesley not playing. Okay, so I get it. I understand it, and I get people want to really get behind Portland, and I do too. I really do.
I mean, they're fun. They're a fun team. They can't guard anybody at the moment, but they're entertaining.
I don't care that you beat the Warriors and Sacramento twice in the last 3 games.
One of those games, by the way, was complete BS, but they blew a 15-point lead in the final, 153, and they got bailed out in overtime on that Avdia free throw situation with 0.1 on the clock. So they probably should have lost one of those Kings games, but technically they won. So wanted to mention that.
Nothing. I don't want anything to do with the Portland Trailblazers, to be honest. I think that they are still riding the high of how fast they started the early part of the season. And they've shown us who they are over the past few weeks. And they just kind of got into a good part of the schedule where you played the Warriors and you played Sacramento. And it's like, all right.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but words cannot describe how quickly they fell apart once Drew Holiday got injured.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday was the glue for the entire team, and then once he got hurt, they fell apart. But also, Splitter got the head coaching job mid-season because of the Chauncey situation. It's been a bumpy road lately. I'll put it that way. Not fully Splitter's fault. You throw in an assistant to take over suddenly more responsibility, but it has not been a pretty go of it lately for Splitter. There's been some questionable decisions, some fourth quarter collapses. Splitter's figuring it out on the go. I'll put it that way.
Like the 15-point collapse to the Kings?
Yes. In the final 153. And they won the game anyway, so nobody's going to talk about it. But that can't happen.
That's a very underrated thing about coaching that a lot of people don't know. Like, you got to understand how to stop runs.
Yeah.
You gotta know what to say and what to do in that timeout to get your team to stop a run the other team is going. All basketball is a game of runs. If you stop the runs, you're gonna win the game.
But it was some basic stuff. Like, he was leaving Klingon on the floor and he can't shoot free throws. So they were just hacking Klingon. Yeah. And he just kept him on the floor. Like, it's some basic stuff that I'm hoping he can figure out. But yeah, Splitter's had a pretty rough go of it lately. I'll just say that.
Detroit laying 5.5. I was never going against this Detroit team. I was never picking against them. They get it done. They are great ATS. They're competitive in all the games. Jalen Duren is playing like a man possessed this season on both sides of the ball. As long as All-Star stays out of foul trouble, they are stacked defensively. Yeah, Duncan Robinson forgets how to shoot a basketball sometimes. Yeah, Tobias Harris isn't good for anything sometimes. But, like, Kay Cunningham is really, really freaking good. This team is solid. They have a really good roster, and they're playing well. And this is what JB Bickerstaff does. He wins regular season basketball games. Yeah. He takes teams on runs in the regular season. Now, gets to the playoffs, it'd be another discussion. But in the regular season, he takes teams on runs. So, yes, give me the Pistons. Again, laying 5.5.
Yeah, first glance, I'll go with the over in this game at 235.5. Played already this season in Detroit. The Pistons did win 122-116. Avdia had 35, 9, and 7 in that game. Jeremy Grant missed the last game, so we'll see if he plays. He's been good this season. Had 29 in the first game against Detroit this season. Cade, we know, is an absolute demon. He's been incredible this season. Duren has been kind of underwhelming lately, but we know what Duren can do on a given game. Holland, we know, can't shoot. He might not play in this game, so we'll see if the potential spacing is better. The concern I have with Detroit, though, are the Cade bench minutes. Because I was watching this against Charlotte, and they basically blew a 20-point lead to Charlotte before eventually blowing him out again in the fourth quarter. But there was like a 5-minute stretch with Ivy and Asar and Holland on the floor together. And I'm like, what am I even watching from a spacing perspective? So there's something there with the Cade bench minutes, which I'm still not really into. And I do think that's problematic. But Holland might not play. We'll see how that goes. You could argue defensively, they should look worse because Holland is a good defensive player with his physicality. Mm-hmm. I like the over in the game, but I'll ask you, is this potentially the trap line of the night? Because the line does feel pretty short.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. But like, I don't think the Trailblazers have shown me anything in the last 3 games to think that they're like any better than what they've been, and they've been pretty bad. So I'm gonna trust my Pistons. Just get it done. But I will say, Pistons do take, teams like Boston a little bit more seriously. Speaking of Boston, I do have something to say. Yes, breaking news. Jaylen Brown is available to play today.
Figure. Going to 11.5, so that makes sense.
And Cooper Flagg and Klay Thompson were both present at shoot-around Monday. Again, wording is everything. They were present. Not 100% out of the woods because they weren't participating, but they were present.
I feel like the Mavericks fan response to that is, well, at least Cooper's going to play. They don't care about the Klay Thompson news at all. That's just thrown in there. But at least Cooper's going to play. That's their logic there. Or at least that's what I'm assuming they'd be thinking. But back to this game, you know what? Detroit's been good lately, but this line does look short to me. I'll be different. Give me Portland. All right. I'll be different. I'm not going to bet this, but it does feel very short.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'm not going to bet it, so I don't need the luck at all. But I'll go Portland.
All right. 234.5.
I've been looking recently for trap lines, and it's been pretty good for me on the show.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is a trap line, but this line does.
If it was me, I would say it's Golden State.
I was going to say this line does give me a double take where it's like, really? Only 5.5?
No, yeah, I understand that. I would say it's Golden State. I think Golden State laying 5.5 at home. Like everybody assumes Golden State home good team going to figure it out, but wouldn't be surprised if Orlando just Steve Kerr muck it up again.
Yeah, it's just the Orlando guard defense lately though is scaring me off. So I can maybe understand that if you think Curry goes nuclear, I can see a matchup there. But this line with Detroit being that good and with Portland playing better lately but still being below 500, I'd argue you probably thought Detroit would be what, like 7.5 in this game? If you had to set the line yourself, 7.5, 8.
I think it makes sense because they won the 3 straight, and I think that's what has convinced me on Detroit because they won the 3 straight. So if they didn't win those 3 straight, it probably would have been 7.5, 8, maybe closer to 9. But since they won those 3, they said, "Oh, Portland's a little bit better," so I feel like I'm getting a discount on Detroit.
I get it. Just saying, Detroit did beat the Celtics, beat Atlanta in a blowout, beat the Bucks, beat Portland.
Yeah, but they also just lost to
But they lost to Dallas by 2 in overtime. Yeah. They beat Charlotte by 26, but they literally beat Portland about 2 weeks ago. It looks short. This is right now the leader for my trap.
And they beat them by 6. Night.
Yeah.
They beat them by 6. So like 5.5.
This is right now the leader in the trap line clubhouse for me.
Oh, no, this does make sense. If you're laying 8 at home against this team a week ago and now you're on the road and you're laying 5.5, that's about even. I feel good. This isn't okay. Detroit's going to get this done.
Fair enough.
I gotta pick a different lock other than Detroit. I can't just keep coming on here and picking Detroit. All right.
I mean, you can't if you keep winning.
It didn't win last time.
Okay, just saying. Like you can just repeat it if you want to.
All right. Lock, dog, underdog. Wait, totals 234.5. Yeah, give me my Pistons to play some defense under.
Okay, I'll go over.
It was like 98, 96. Portland, Sacramento last game, something like that. It was definitely under 200 points. All right, lock, dog, underdog.
You want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
No, we're gonna stick with you. I feel like we've been really solid.
That's fine. I was just making sure. I didn't want to accidentally go out of order here. So I have one game I definitely want to take, but I'm not sure if I want it as the lock or take an alt spread for the dog. So that's kind of why I'm a little bit. It's New Orleans. I just want to know if I'm supposed to take them alt or take them regular to just win the game. So I'm trying to see quickly what I can get for maybe a wire to wire on the Celtics because I do think they should look sharp in this game, but I have to actually find the wire to wire. Boston wire to wire is minus 110. I'll go for it. I think Boston's going to be leading at the end of every quarter. Indiana's been terrible lately. Boston, I know you said you don't trust them against bad teams. It might be a letdown spot, but Jaylen Brown being back, I think does help, especially when he can create off the dribble. Boston's just much better. Indiana has 1 road win the entire season, so I don't trust them in this game at all. Give me Boston wire to wire, or in other words, winning at the end of every quarter at minus 110 as my lock for the show. For my dog, I'll back the hot hand here. Said before, Cooper Flagg might not be playing in this game. Big deal, because we know that Flagg has been really good over the last couple of weeks. But either way, you can find the Pelicans alt spread. I got to figure out which number I want to go with here. So for the Pelicans, give me the alt line. Give me Pelicans minus 4.5, plus 165. That's my dog.
Not bad.
Yep.
Lock.
Oh.
It's actually quite annoying. Okay.
Part of me thought about Charlotte, but I ended up not taking it.
No, so that is in dog consideration. We were gonna have a conversation about that in a second. I'm trying to figure out if I want to play 2 plays in one game. So I'm stuck on overs. That's the only thing that I feel like really great about. And I didn't want to double up on New Orleans, but I will be playing the New Orleans Pelicans on the money line. That will be happening today. I think I'll just stay in that game. Give me over 240.5. Looks like Flagg's fine, gonna go. He's going to add the scoring. This Pelicans offense has been amazing over the last 5 games. Honestly, the last 10 games, they've been top 10 in offense in the last 10 games, 9-1 over that span. So I think the Pelicans are going to be able to put points at home, and I think Dallas is going to have really anything slow them down. Anthony Davis honestly doesn't look like himself out there at times, but I think offensively they'll still have it. So I'll go over 240.5 for Dallas Mavericks and New Orleans Pelicans. I do really like the Pelicans on the money line, though. I will be playing that as well. So if you would like a bonus lock, it would be that. All right, let's talk about dogs. So how bad is Cleveland? Because what I will say is I'm tired of missing out on the fake Cleveland money line plays.
I was wrong about Cleveland in that first game against Chicago. And then they played immediately after that and said, never again. I'm good. And Chicago beat them outright anyway. I know Mitchell didn't play in that game. But I immediately gave them one last chance. They got blown out by Chicago. And I said, all right, this team's just dead to me. And I've been going against them blindly. And it's been pretty good.
I am very terrified of playing Charlotte on the money line today. And today is the day that Cleveland decides to actually play basketball. Although I would not be surprised if they lost to Charlotte. Right? Like in the last 4 games, if they were to lose to the Bulls twice and the Charlotte Hornets twice.
Well, the added joke there is they faced off 8 days ago. Do you want to guess who won that game?
Charlotte. They did. They won.
Yeah.
They won, and it was in Cleveland, and Charlotte was catching 11.5. That's why I'm like, I really want to play Charlotte, but like, and also they just lost to the Bulls twice. Like, and in this span they lost to the Warriors. Like,
For the record, by the way, LaMelo did not play in that game. Do you want to guess how many overtime points the Cavaliers scored in that game?
1.
0. They didn't score in the entire overtime period at home. They scored 0 points in 5 overtime.
I think that's really hard to do, like especially at the end of the game when nobody cares anymore.
I don't remember that happening. A team scoring 0 points in overtime at home? I'm not sure I ever saw that.
All right. For my dog, I will take the Orlando Magic on the money line plus 190. Paulo did have that triple-double. He is pretty locked in right now. I am slightly concerned about Steph, but the amount of times that the Warriors have blown Steph Curry masterclasses this season, I am not worried. I will take the bet and give me the plus 190. So I will take the Orlando Magic to get it done on the road against the Golden State Warriors. Trap line of the night for me, Scott. And we go to underdog.
Now, I know you just roasted him a second ago. It is a great matchup for AD, if we're just being honest here.
I mean, yeah, it is.
It is a really good matchup. Do you want to try, or is that too...
I mean, if we do, like, if it doesn't work, we know why.
Underdog does void some stuff if they leave in the first half and do not return. So we got that in our back pocket.
And Underdog Unwrap gave me a 50% profit boost, so I'm feeling very dangerous.
AD's had 14-plus rebounds in 3 straight, if you wanted to consider that.
I mean, I could go points and rebounds. I would not be mad at points and rebounds.
It's fine. As much as I like Queen, the outside shooting is not very good. So AD might just sag off of him and just try to get rebounds in the paint. That could be the game plan for AD.
AD higher 36.5 points and rebounds. Let's see. Steph higher 28.5 points. I think we both agree with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And then
win or lose for
win or lose. Like I would be shocked if they found some way to slow down Steph today. And how do we close things out?
I'm trying to think if we want something in either the Denver game or the Cavs game, because the totals are so high and we just don't trust either defense, basically.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. I mean, or some type of fate in the rim protection for OKC today would be fine with me.
I mean, do you think it's just a Mitchell game?
It could be. I don't want nothing. I honestly don't want. I don't want anything to do with the cat. I would do Knipple.
I'm fine with that.
Knipple's been good.
Yeah. You want to go Knipple threes? He's made 4+ threes in 3 of the last 4 games.
Okay.
I mean, if Knipple's going to have a monster game, he's probably going to light up.
It's at 3.5, so we're not getting any leeway. He has to get to the 4.
Yeah.
LaMelo's at 2.5 threes.
That is a very low number.
That's comical. He's gonna shoot 10.
Let me actually look at the attempts for LaMelo lately.
Maybe there's something to that. Maybe I'm
LaMelo 3-point attempts lately: 7, 11, 4, 13, 6, 6, 10.
Yeah, this is 2.5 is like that's comical.
Look, I'm not a LaMelo guy. 2.5's too low for a guy that has a green light. Not
to do
for his
whatever
own
he
good.
wants.
But he crosses half court, so I don't mind the volume there for LaMelo.
All right, LaMelo Ball higher, 2.5 3-pointers made.
It's a good buy.
Wow. This is a disgusting kind of underdog line. I'm not gonna lie. LaMelo and Anthony Davis in the same lineup. It's kind of crazy bias, but it makes sense. LaMelo Ball higher, 2.5 3-pointers made. Anthony Davis higher, 36.5 points and rebounds, and Steph Curry higher, 28.5 points. Add that on underdog, shake it up, and you get 6x. $100 get $600 over there at Underdog Fantasy. But if you're like me and you got 50% profit boost, or I can get. Let me see. Let me get in. Yep, 50% profit boost. So we got add that over there, and that is going to be 8.5x. $100 gets you $850 over there Underdog Fantasy with that promo code NBA SGPN. Sorry, anything else to repeat before we get up out of here?
Yes. Fire John Harbaugh.
I think a lot of people should be fired, starting with Joe Shane. All right. With that being said, he's at Reichel Radio. I'm at reallyreal__. Make sure you give us a follow at SGPN NBA, youtube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast, and give us a 5-star rating review wherever you get your podcasts on Apple, Spotify, wherever. And with that, shout out to the chat. No, we didn't interact too much with y'all today, but y'all were lit today. Appreciate y'all. Other than that, nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending podcast, just ending like this. We are out of here.
Basketball, gimme, gimme, gimme.